We're at Wayne Suter's frontage on the lower ovens, just on the Oxley Flats upstream from Wang. So we're at the bottom end of the middle ovens, and this is our first release site for the 2014 MACA program, the Macquarie Perch release program. And this site we're introducing about 6,500 odd fingerlings which have been raised at the Snobs Creek Fish Hatchery, and it's part of the Macquarie Perch reintroduction program, which is really exciting. It's a multi-agency community program to restore native fish populations, and particularly with the Macquarie Perch, and it follows on from our really successful trout cod program, which is the model on which we're basing this program. So this is going to be the first of 5 release points over about a straight line, 40 k's, probably river k's, about 60 kilometre stretch of river that will be releasing 5 release points, and going all the way up to almost just below Murderford with the last of the releases.
In the water. Everyone's having a go. Let the water rush in and give them a go.
First of the Oxley Flat Macas back into the lower ovens. Okay, we're at the second release point, which is the Tarrawinji Reserve. So we're moving upstream from Wang, and we're just above the bridge. And this is a great site where North East CMA have been doing some works over many years, doing a lot of woody weed removal, and it's now going to be the site of one of the new fish motels, a fish habitat installation comprised of some woody debris to make a beautiful habitat resting spot and a refuge area for native fish. And it'll be things like Macquarie Perch. These are the released fish from the Snobs Creek Fish Hatchery. That'll be one of the species that we hope to use this sort of an area. So here we go, release number 2. We've got about 6,500 fish going into the drink at this point. And it's a good spot because we've got not only the in-stream habitat, but we've got plenty of reeds here which will give some protection and cover for the little ones. And then they've got the option of, as we saw at the previous site, where they can go into deeper water and get into the stream. Righto, we're at the third release point here. We're at just downstream of the Wangaratta Bridge. We've got Gary Dawes here, one of the local landholders from just upstream. So another batch of 6,500 going into the drink, and again, a really good spot.
So Gary, you're a keen fisherman?
Yeah, my word.
How long have you lived in the region for?
1969 I came here.
Do you remember seeing Macquarie Perch in the system?
Macquarie Perch?
Yeah.
No, only in the Buffalo River. Plenty of stories about the Buffalo River having large numbers of Macquarie Perch. It was the main species there before the dam went in.
Yep.
Then things just sort of disappeared. We still get them upstream of the Buffalo Dam. In the upper Buffalo there's still fish there.
Yep. So you're part of the fishing club too?
Yep.
One of the fishing clubs? Yep.
Sports fishing club, yeah.
Fantastic. So what's the general feel amongst the fishing community about native fish populations?
Very positive. Very positive. I think the only thing that started to give a few people now is the amount of trout caught in the river, or the success of the trout caught. It's almost impossible to fish with bait anymore. We still catch trout caught on lures, but if you put a bait in, you'll get a trout caught cod just about every time in this river now. And there's some good size fighting trout caught in the river now.
That's great. Well, let's head off to the 4th site. Here you go. You can see the Macquarie Perch fingerlings just settling into their new home.
Bloody good account you put in there, mate. It was really good.
Yeah. What do you reckon today?
So this is all the Macquarie Perch just released here in Raleigh in the Ovens River. There's another 6,000 just been released.
So this is site number 4, our 4th release point of the Macquarie Perch reintroduction program. We're just downstream of the Rocky Point in the top end Gapstead area, and It's a good side of game because there's a bit more cover. There's some of this sedgy stuff that the little fellas will get into. Nice deep pools and a lot of good in-stream habitat as well. So all up we're going to be around the 32,000 plus mark for this release, and that adds to about 8,000 that we did a couple of weeks earlier. So that on its own is getting up over 40,000, and we hope to then add to that with the translocation of sub-adults and larger fish from the healthy Dartmouth Dam population, so to get that age mix and accelerate the potential for some larger fish to do some natural spawning and get some recruitment going, so that in the end we won't need to be releasing after, we reckon, about 5 years time. That'll be about the key period where we'll have enough fish in the system, enough adult fish in the system, that'll hopefully get some self-sustaining population going. We're at Gary and Pam Dawes' place in their beautiful section of river on the Ovens, and this is what they call their swimming hole. It's a natural rock bar, fantastic area, and it's one of the great spots for Mac perch in that this species loves rocky areas. They love the riffles, and it's a potential area where they might actually do some breeding. So we're hoping that this, the 5th release today, this will be one of the upstream areas, and that they'll migrate further and potentially go all the way up to the buffalo and beyond. So this marks a really great day in the plan that we've got to re-establish Mac perch into the system, and hopefully we're going to get lots of these into the future. Take a little bit more water.
So Jono, pretty happy about today's results?
Yeah, look, it's fantastic. It's really just the start of something really good, I think, and ongoing, and the benefit of having some funding commitment, which is great, from the Australian government through the Caring for Our Country program. Got a little bit of continuity, which is rare for a program like this, and hopefully we'll be able to tie it in with the good works that North East CMA are doing, and through the community we'll have a real ownership of this project too. And the good thing is it's not going to be all that long before we'll see the fruits of the outcomes of this project, because particularly where we're going to be translocating adults into the system, we should be able to see some larger fish, and hopefully that means close to being some natural breeding. So yeah, it's a really good start to the program.